Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm back. And we're going to talk about all the things that have been happening. What's new in all this, in this case. There's, of course, a lot of things being said. A lot of new information about the shooter and all of that. Hey, Beck. I hope everybody got to see the live stream we did down at Turning Point. It was very nice. I don't know. Apparently, either just before or sometime around the time we were there, we didn't see any of it, but there was an altercation of some sort. I have a video of that I'll play. A lot of new information about the roommate, the partner, whatever you want to call them, just all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't know how we missed it. I'm glad we did, because I just don't know why people want to act like that. It was very beautiful. There are a lot of people praying. Everything we saw was really positive, was really good. It's so impressive to see what he did at 31 years old. It's funny. I mean, I totally remember him like as a kid on Glenn Beck and on Fox News and stuff. But and it's funny, they say, a lot of people have this vision, and he really fulfilled his vision 100%. It's very rare for that to happen. Oh, okay. It was more towards, okay. Yeah, I heard nothing about it before we got there. Hey, Mama. Good to see everybody. Miss Queen and Beck and Top Hats. Hey, Panda. Good to see you guys. I will let you know. So we do have tickets to the service that is next week. I also did apply for a press pass or credentials, basically. I don't know if that will happen or not. We'll see. You never know if you don't try, right? So we'll see how that goes. Good job. Good job. So yeah, there's some really crazy stuff going on, and there's so much nonsense. Honestly, it's very aggravating to me. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit aggravating. I was on X really late last night with all this. There's always everybody that's got to have their little thing going on, and it's so aggravating to me because you've got all these people trying to blame different people when I don't know everybody who's involved. Obviously, I don't. And I don't think they do either. It's shameful in a lot of ways. I don't know about you guys. I get on X, if I just have me a minute, next thing I know, there's about 3 hours gone, and I've gone ahead and just got all kinds of crazy with the comments and all that. I know, me too. It is me too, Top Hat. That's what I'm saying. Hold on real quick. I'm going to do something. But Top Hats is going to come up, and he's been he has a lot more knowledge of what is going on. And oh, what is happening? Right. I know. I know. Well, I hate to tell you, Beck, that one is the one that is absolutely setting me on fire. Honestly, I think she has lost her mind. My opinion, this is all my opinion, because she's been putting out all the threats, how she, she's going to be all over everybody. My opinion, the kind of people involved in this are the people that are, it's her new audience of her pandering to this nonsense. It's all these college kids is who she's, is her, that's her new people. Hey, Liz. These are the people that are all amped up with this, all this Palestine shit, all this nonsense. Again, my opinion on that is simply those people want to fight all the time. They don't want to stop fighting. I just don't want anything to do with it anymore. I'm fed up with it. But to defend Palestine, to defend Hamas is insane. And if you ask Candace these days, Israel is the only one doing anything wrong. They're the only ones. I'm not defending anybody, but I think that's a stretch. She's got that Ian Carroll guy acting like a damn idiot. Oh my God. I had myself over there last night. That was, I don't know. A lot of it is really making me crazy. I did see that, Mama. I'm going to show that too. There's a lot of stuff. No, I know. You know what? She has actually opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I'm truly grateful for that. But I just think she's lost her mind lately. She's getting sued by this, insisting that woman's a male. I kind of think she is a male, but I don't actually give a shit. Actually. Right. That's the thing. I'm just done with all that. I am so done with the fighting in the Middle East. I am sick and damn tired of it. Those people have been fighting forever. They don't want to stop. They're not going to stop. It drives me insane. I don't want any more of our soldiers over in this crap. I don't want anything more to do with that. I'm tired of paying for all this shit as well. Candace Owens. I used to like her a lot, and I just feel like she lost her mind. Yeah. Yeah. She she said that Trump called and asked her to take a break on it. And honestly, so did Mr. Macron, as she calls him. They asked her not to do it too. And I don't care that she did it. I don't care at all. But she has to deal with what happens. And she's all dogging on Trump all the time now. But now she wants to know why Trump's not coming in to help her, because she calls it an invasion that she's being sued. You do have free speech here, but you also have a right to be sued for defamation. She did, Happy. I know. That's what I think. She went a little bit crazy. I mean, every single buddy is a pedophile, which I agree to a large extent. There's a lot of that going on. I'm not down with that. But wow, she got really. And then, whatever. She is a whole thing on me. I mean, I have to. Right. No, it actually is, I think, too. I think she really, a lot of people think that about her too, though. People think she really went nuts when she got pregnant, or this last pregnancy, whatever. I don't know. But everything that's ever happened now is Israel. That's it for her. And, like I said, a lot of the shit she's spewing, I can say 100% is a very big problem in the Catholic Church. And I'm not attacking any religion at all. I don't ever. But when she wants to talk about powerful people being pedophiles and it being covered up, that's kind of a big thing with the Catholic Church, just saying. Hey, there's pregnancy brain, there's this. Okay, and that's funny you say this is a lot of what we've been talking about. Hormones mess with your head way more than people understand. They really, really mess with you. Between puberty, childbirth, menopause. In my experience, menopause was the worst thing that I never saw coming. Never knew. It changes everything about you. It absolutely does. Everything. And it messes with your head really, really bad. This is why it's so dangerous for these people to be doing all this crazy hormone blockers and hormone, just all these things. It's very dangerous to mess with people's head. It truly is. And then on top of it, you have these professors. Academia, I believe, is probably the worst thing that could possibly be happening as far as indoctrination and stuff. I don't think these crazy kids are listening to the news. I don't think they're listening to politicians. They're listening to these politicians. I know. That's exactly, you're so right. Like, you are so right. You're angry, you're sad, and it doesn't hurt. All of these things also affect your weight a lot. Like, just everything, right? You're just really, you're hot. You are everything. And it's like, it's just horrible. Right. No, it is. It is. And it's so dangerous. Yes. Homeschool. Oh my God. Indoctrination is a real thing. And we cannot assume that all these people look at this nonsense with that. I don't even know how you say his name. Mangione, whatever, that guy that killed that insurance guy. By all accounts, he came from a very privileged life. I don't think that he had concerns about health insurance, how to pay for that stuff. This is the crap coming out of universities. And we know that these are radical lunatics. I'm just saying it. I don't give a shit. Besides the fact, people pay a lot of money for their education. They get a lot of... Oh my God, I thought all the kids were out of the house. Anyway. Right, right. Maybe you can teach your dad that I'm on a live right now, and so probably not the best time to get the dogs all wound up. I don't know. Yes, yes. No, you have to. We know these people act like crazy lunatics. We know. I don't. They just are. They are nuts. And more, how many times do you see when you see a somebody acting like a complete jackass, screaming their head off, acting like a lunatic? Half the time it's a teacher. You're like, well, that's awesome, right? How about we just get back to reading, writing, and arithmetic? Little bit of history would work if you didn't mess with it. Yes, teacher unions. Exactly. Oh, that is too funny. I have been going at it on X with these damn teacher unions. Oh my God. Infuriate me. I have found myself a new outlet to let go of some of my anger, because let me tell you, I am on X just going nuts some nights. And yeah, the teacher unions really, really frustrate me. And their big thing, yeah, I'm going to send Top Hats a link. He has a lot more stuff. I do. You know who has really been on top of this very much is Cinema Shogun. I always really appreciate. Yeah, I pretty much really agree with him most of the time. What did I just do? Okay, 1 second. I'm going to send this to Top Hats. I do too. I really do like him. They're not acting. You're so funny, Happy. I do too. I like him a lot. I have this up on Rumble. I'm not sure if it's working. There we go. Hello, Top Hats.
Hello. Can I hear? Can I hear you? Can y'all hear me?
I can.
Okay, cool. All right, good.
Yes,
right.
Yes. So what are you?
Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I promised Jackie I wouldn't flip script. So, but like, I don't know how to say this. Anybody that's been around me, listen to me in their chats, on panels, on my own lives, everything I've always said. Politics, religion, I try to stay away from. Doesn't mean I don't have deep-rooted beliefs and opinions on either one of those. I just tend to want to keep them to myself. But sometimes when things like this happen, it actually does wake up something in you. And there is a lot. And we knew it would. We knew it would. We knew that, okay, we live in the age of social media. Social media is thousands and thousands and thousands of police detectives, or even social media will go further than detectives will go in some instances. So you can't hide stuff for long. And so we live in the age of social media. And I think law enforcement need to understand that. Like, I read an article today, Daily Mail. Okay, we know Daily Mail is a tabloid, and they get half, a little less, whatever, half of their stuff right. They come out with articles, and I read an article they had that the FBI did not want none of this transgender roommate stuff to ever come to surface. But it was too late. Social media done already figured out. You put a name out there, and you best believe us in social media are going to do what we do. And we don't have the same guidelines as police officers that, or I'm not going to really include myself, because I me personally didn't do any of the digging, but this stuff will come out, and so they didn't have no choice but to put it out. Now now it's really snowballing, and like you said earlier, Cinema Shogun, he has put out where a lot of these discords and the screenshots are taken before these things. The folks are deleting their accounts left and right. Now, why would that be? There's a whole network of people that are in that particular genre, living, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I ain't got no furry friends. I don't have no transgender friends. I do have gay people that are in my family, and I have a gay guy friend. I have a female friend. So I understand, like, gay folks, just in general, gay folks. The whole transgender thing, I don't get, because I have nobody in my personal life that I could actually sit down on the couch with them and have a conversation as to how, like, I don't. And the whole furry deal, little furries, and where the little stuffy animals and shit of that nature, like, I don't get it. But I do.
Well, that's what I want to say. This is the thing. I keep seeing that furry thing, but I don't have any idea what that means.
The ones that have like the little hoodies that look like little fur, like little stuffed animals that they wear. They're like a hoodie, but it'll be like of a little stuffed animal.
And that signifies something?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A lifestyle. Okay, well, my son.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, sorry.
he's into. Okay, all right. I have an adult son. He's adult by many years, so he ain't even close to being underage. He's well an adult, but due to certain things, issues and challenges that he has within his life, mentally he may not be the actual age he is. But he still gets into the whole gaming and the whole anime thing. And we had this really long conversation about anime, because I came across, when he came to live with me for that period of time. Yes, he was underage at that point, and he doesn't, and I'm sorry, and I will not apologize. He had no rights. He had no privacy. If you underage, you living in my house, you ain't got privacy. Period. That's just the way it is.
Right.
We don't live in the world like that. We don't live in the 60s. We're not in the 70s. So I discovered some anime stuff that caused me concern. So I went to him and had a long conversation about his, you know, what is it about the whole anime genre? We had a long talk, but a lot of times the anime folks are in the same with the furries and this and that. And
Okay, so Queen is saying it's whole outfits or something. Again,
yeah,
I don't really care. I mean, I don't, whatever, you know. I actually have seen people wear some of this stuff. I just thought they were, you know, just some kind of thing that was in or whatever. I don't know. I still don't know what it means. And the fact, I think, is though that you know, people have had different lifestyles forever. And you're allowed to live any way you want to. You have to. This is different though, right? This is not just, I know a lot of people. I don't know anybody, I guess, transgender, I guess. I mean, we know, I feel like we know Ryan a little bit in here that comes in. I'm not trying to have a problem with anybody's lifestyle. I don't care what anybody does. But it seems to be a problem. This is a situation. It's not as if that they're just living their life and that's that. Yeah, don't push it on other people. Exactly right. Don't push it on. This is what I say. That's a really important thing to some people, and that's their business. That's not what's important to me. I just don't do it. I just don't care. I have things that are important to me. I don't expect anybody else to take my passions on. But you have to, but if these hormone things are in, and there does appear very much so to be a mental situation here that's happening. I mean, I think
well, it's like, okay. I sent you the thing earlier because I was like, okay, I know we had talked and looked, and thought it's the college education system that's doing this. Yeah, you know what? That's not the case. According to statistics, that's not the case. And that, like
right.
that I had sent you the screenshots from, I just decided to go into AI and pose a question. And I was like, well, based off the latest research, like, what is the percentage? 0.8% of the United States population, 0.8, not even 1%, 18 years and above. 13 years old to 17 years old, 3.3. So this is happening in lower grades. This is happening before college.
No, you're right. Yeah. No, I think, no, you're right. And my thinking is that the college, these kids are being, this is where you see a lot of these protests, right? All this Palestine shit, right? All this stuff. You see more of that age out protesting and doing things. But no, this is happening at a very young age. You have kids, you have schools that are doing things to your children without parents' knowledge even. In Washington State, they'll take a child and go take him to get an abortion, and net without parents' consent or even knowledge.
Did you happen to get a chance? It happened not long before you went live, so I don't know if you did or not. You might could show it, but Cinema Shogun put up a video 15, 20 minutes or so before you came live about the teacher that forced those kids to watch that happened that day, and they only put that person on administrative leave. Are we serious? Are we serious? The kids went home and complained and cried to their parents about the teacher played it over and over and over again and started preaching to them about fascism. And the school system only put them on leave. I believe that was in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I could be
Texas?
wrong. I could be wrong, but I believe
Okay,
it
yeah,
was a teacher in Texas.
I was gonna play that. I didn't want to play it so soon. Um,
And that punk ass kid that ran through that memorial,
yeah,
he better not knock none of your stuff or my stuff over.
right. Just so you guys know, I told you guys I had left something here from our community, from us,
Yeah.
and then Top Hats wanted something special, so I didn't want to say,
Yeah, it's
but it was Top
all good,
Hats.
perfectly fine. But that happened before y'all got there. But I mean, he's only charged with like disorderly conduct and criminal something. He ain't even gonna get so much as a slap on the wrist. He gonna get a pat on the wrist. He thought it was funny. He laughed about it. Well, that old man that grabbed his ass and jerked him up out of there won't playing. He grabbed him by his throat in the back of the neck and threw him on the ground. That's what need.
Yeah, I saw that.
These young folks need to understand the old fashioned woodshed whoopings. That's when the shit changed. When parents were not allowed to be parents and not allowed to discipline, and now shit's gone to hell in a handbasket, and everybody's like, "Oh, I wonder what happened." Well, y'all took the rights away from parents to discipline their kids. That's what happened. Now you got the results of that. Let some
Right, they don't want you to parent.
brat show up at my house. Trying to see. I never mind. I promised I wouldn't snap. I'm not gonna snap.
You're okay. You can snap, and yeah, Nancy, you can. Sometimes, sometimes YouTube will not let it come up. It's always, you just wonder exactly what it is. Not sure what they don't allow, but sometimes people are like, "Are you guys not seeing me?" We're like, "No, we're not."
And
yeah,
everybody thinks the governor. Okay, I was hearing reports and reading stuff and listening to stuff right before you went live. The governor of Utah, he's not really a Charlie Kirk fan. He's not. He's made that clear on lower channels and stuff. He's like, well, he was a very, like he was, I can't think of the word he used, but like he was trying to start trouble. And he's been the one, like, okay, and Cinema even pointed this out. Typically, you got your police and your FBI people wanting to run things, but no, that if you look at it, the governor's been the mouthpiece.
Yeah, I kind of was feeling that way about him a little bit for a while. And I agreed. I listened to some of what Cinema did. I didn't have time to listen to the whole thing. Yeah, I would agree. I want to hear more from Cash. I do. I want to hear more. Okay, so this right here is a furry convention.
But they tried to hide from us. They were gonna hide from us. The whole roommate, partner, lover, whatever, who knows what it is. But it's trying, like everybody, I'm getting so sick of hearing these reports. Well, that person's cooperating. Okay, what they did, let me tell you something. If somebody I'm close to does some stupid shit and then sends me a text message, I promise you, I'm gonna be calling the law. And I'm gonna be like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I just got this text message. Like, if I'm not in it, I ain't gonna be in it. But he didn't go to the cops. The cops came to him, and he's cooperating.
Right.
Well, right. What? He ain't got no choice. But okay, it took him a day to cooperate. The cops showed up at that apartment.
He didn't go to them. They came to him.
No, he did not. He
Right.
did
And he
not go
wasn't
to
going
them.
to.
No,
I
he
mean, I don't
wasn't.
know what makes these people think. You know, they're actually, I think that they spend a lot of time online. I think they're very tech savvy. I mean, just by their age, a lot more than I am. But the fact is, there is a trail for every damn thing you do. I mean, I don't know what makes them think that they're going to get by with this. I don't know. Most of the time, though, you guys, this stuff kind of is done as a suicide mission. They don't even expect to live through it, right? A lot of these situations, they know they're going to be shot, they just or be killed, and they're going to be. That's the price of how bad they want to do this. But they seem to have had a good plan going on here, somewhat of a plan, and that's not going to work. You're going to be found out. There's cameras everywhere.
And I ain't
no,
seen
the
one
kid
yet.
did not.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, from what I was been listening to, this is kind of like what I heard from somebody, and I don't know, but this kid, this Tyler, he was basically doing what the boyfriend or partner, whatever, it was this is what he wanted to have happen. I don't know if that's true or not, but now he's just going to go ahead and try to get himself out of trouble. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't really.
Personally, I think it was that person named Sky, SKYE. That's who I think was calling the shots.
I don't know.
That's the one that was going out there telling everybody to be quiet, don't say nothing, be careful what you put on social media, and everybody started deleting their accounts. That's the one that seemed to be calling the shots. But I'll be honest with you. Yes. I'll be honest with you. I have took that footage and I have now we all know, I've always said I have a conspiracy type mind. That's kind of my thing. Conspiracies are my thing. I'm conspiracy minded. That boy that jumped off that roof did not, in no way am I convinced, and I've took the footage and I've slowed it down frame by frame by frame, cleaned it up as best I could in Photoshop. That young man did not jump off that roof with no gun in his hand. So what'd he do? We talking about a 30-06 that's not quick breakdown. The rifle, the barrel length, everything else. I even went to the point of going and searching the average size of a book bag. And yes, a barrel could be fit inside of one diagonally. But am I to believe that after that young man took that shot, that he took the time to take a screwdriver out and take that gun apart, put it back in his backpack, and jump off that roof just to run into a neighborhood and then reassemble it, wrap it up in a towel,
right?
and
Yeah.
stick it in the woods?
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Right.
It just don't make sense. He's not.
That part hasn't worked for me.
He ain't had time. This is not a quick breakdown rifle. I can take a AR, break it down, lay it out on a table in front of you in just a few minutes. Those type of rifles and what they presented as the weapon. Okay, well, anybody that knows can tell you that's a scope that you would go buy off the shelf in Walmart or a Bass Pro. There's nothing special about that scope. It's mounted half-assed. It's mounted, quite honestly, in the wrong spot. But, okay, I start thinking, even with all that, and now I hear they have him in special isolation. Well, what happened to the last man they had in special isolation? One, Jeffrey.
Right,
If this kid gets something happened to him in jail, all this gets swept under the rug and goes away, don't it? We had the man. Now something happened in prison. He did himself and everything goes away. And I'm just not okay with that.
No, of course not.
But there was a lot more to this.
Oh, Mama, is that county? Is that Warren Jeffs County? Shut up. Really? Right, Maze? Wow. Okay. You know, there's crooked shit going on all over the place. It's driving me crazy. You know, this whole Letcher County thing has me about ready to fucking lose my damn mind. But
yeah, they trying to get that kicked out, by the way.
Warren Jeffs?
No, the Letcher County.
No, yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, because they lied to
and
the
I
grand
think
jury. They outright lied to the grand jury.
well, of course they did. They lie about everything. They have to lie about everything they're doing because everything they've been doing is fucked up. But the thing is, they don't want that to go to trial. I don't think. God knows. I don't know what, because I don't. That's a lot. There's a lot there. But right. That everybody, we all can see that he did not jump off there with the gun. He didn't. And so this is really what irritates or bothers me. You almost feel that they made this plan because they showed us where he went behind those homes in the woods. And then just coincidentally, you know, they find it wrapped in a towel and there happens to be a text message or some kind of message about, I left it in the woods wrapped in a towel. I mean, really?
Yeah, he left a GPS ping on it. He left like a geotag on it. And told the roommate to go get it. Now they were a couple hours, close to a couple hours away from there. You're gonna tell your partner, hey, go get that. And you're gonna tell me he didn't know you were gonna do it?
Well, because if you have this planned out, you wouldn't be texting that. That's just weird to me. It just comes off very odd to me. You're fine, Maze, no problem. Not at all.
Let my youngin' text me, hey, Daddy, go get this gun out of the woods. Really? I don't think so, boy. Yeah, it don't make sense, does it? None of it. It just starting to not see, they make it
because
easy.
Especially when something, the way they put that together, you right away go, okay, you just really showed us in about 1 minute how you just put all these pieces right together. Bang, boom, smash. We're all good here now. We got this handled. That's always, so, you know, it's always a thing because with Matthew Thomas Crooks or Thomas, whatever the fuck that guy's name is from Butler, we know nothing about this, nothing about that. And then in just a couple minutes, we know everything here. In Butler, the guy did everything he could for people to know he was there, had a gun, climbing up on a roof. Everybody saw it and did nothing. So what the fuck is going on? No, he wasn't alone either. No. He was a useful idiot. They knew he wasn't going to make it out of there. But hell no. Why don't we know any more about it? But then here it's like, oh, real quick, we know, we have video of him back here. And yep, there you go. There's a text message talking just like, come on. And you guys, is it weird that he's wearing this, the guy today that tried to vandalize the,
he did. He knocked over a bunch of stuff.
The guy that vandalized the memorial, He's wearing the same shirt that the shooter's wearing. What the fuck
Yep.
is that? That's weird. Deeps. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh God. Nancy just said it. That's Top Hat's.
Yeah. Don't get me started on BlackRock or Vanguard. I just don't. I done went round and round. Oh Lord.
Hey, Texas country lady.
I'm surprised every day that there's not a knock on my door. I swear I am. As big of a pain in the thorn that I've tried to be with them people. But it is what it is. I mean, you know what you know, and you know who and what it leads back to.
Well, like we have said so many times, the people running the country, which I don't, I do believe that it's Trump. Like I've said many times, the one thing about, a lot of what people don't like about him is what I love about him is he's not going to have someone telling him what to do. And this is why both sides did not want him in there. It's dangerous for him to be in there for both sides because they're all lying pieces of shit. And how many times we didn't know who the hell's running the country. Damn sure nobody that was elected. I don't know who these people are. Hey, Smoking Molly, how are you? So you can tell you buy.
They're not here. They're not gonna be here to hurt us, Smoking Molly. They're not gonna be here.
Oh God, you're so funny.
But there's some weird stuff going on with 3i Atlas for real, y'all. I'm telling you, for real.
No, I know. There's weird shit going on everywhere. This is a whole
It
thing.
is.
This is why they want to. You can't keep track of shit.
And that may be by design.
Overwhelm the system. It is by design. It always is by design. Never let a good crisis go to waste. Overwhelm the system to where you can't even fucking figure out what the hell's going on.
And with AI makes it even worse, right? I mean, I'm a proponent of AI. I lean into it. But really it's getting harder and harder. But in the situation with Charlie Kirk, now the way my brain works, it is like, and I'm not trying to stir nothing when I say this, but if you're trying to like polarize someone or a particular sector and you want to get them riled up, if something like this happens, then those folks rise up. And so it really, like, I don't know that I would be shocked if it came out that it may have been someone that nobody expected to be pulling the strings behind this.
Right. Right. And I'm going to say it again. I don't think that it's Iran. I don't think that it's Israel. You got all these groups that want to go down that road. I'm not going to go there. If there is a government involved, then it's ours. I don't mean Trump, but there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of people that aren't gone that have been there a long time. You can't just go firing. You don't know who all the dirty people are because they're all dirty. They're all dirty. Yes, there are some sick people in our government. Bad sick. We know this. And I don't want to think that everything is a cover-up. Everything is I don't want to think conspiratorially about everything, but we can't help it, especially when we see some nonsense. Whenever a crime, When something happens and you never hear another fucking word about it, that's weird. When something happens and they wrap it up in 10 seconds, that's weird too. None of that works for me. It just doesn't.
The more and more and more stuff happens now that, because social media is so prominent, and everybody has a high-powered computer and a video camera right in their pocket at all times. Pretty much everybody does. And what I've really started picking up on is this whole police enforcing laws and governments protecting us. It's all seems to be an illusion to me. That's all an illusion that we have laws and this, but what I'm seeing, and more and more, just your average ordinary citizen sitting out here behind a computer or figuring and finding stuff out and putting stuff together way better than the folks that are supposed to be doing it. Maybe they need to hire a lot of us.
No, they don't want people really figuring shit out. Why do you think they won't let it go every single time any of them they have a press conference? Every single time they say, they don't need social media's causing problems. They're doing this, doing that. No, because they're figuring shit out, and you don't like that. You want to sit here and spoon feed us whatever the fuck you want us to know. No, that's not the way it works. They're not going to get rid of us. First of all, nobody watches the stupid news anymore. It's a bunch of crap. And secondly, if it weren't for us, they would let a lot of shit fucking die. We just don't let them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But ain't that what
they
we
would?
You know what?
How would Emmanuel Hara, nobody would ever have known that dad was who he was if it weren't for social media. We wouldn't. Gilbert Goons. Nobody would know about Gilbert Goons. That fat fucking ass wanted to get her shit up there and tell everybody to shut up. Well, guess what? No, we're not shutting up. You have been letting these thugs go and fucking terrorize kids all over Gilbert all this time, and now they've killed somebody. We're fucking not shutting up. Do your job, you fucking cow. No. That's not the way it works. You don't want us to know anything. That's why you want us to shut up, but we're not going to. We're not. Gilbert Goons, that fucking Rachel Mitchell, she's a complete fraud fucking cow. Yep. They've been they just want to shut everybody up. No, that's not going to happen. Yeah, and you know what? The thing is, I kind of thought I liked that governor too, but remember he said that as soon as they start saying that, yeah, I bet you do want us to shut up. That's going to be a fucking no. And we're never going to forget that social media is the only reason they found Gabby Petito. So there you go. I'm trying to get this stuff ready. Yes, what a disaster that turned out to be. That stupid bitch. She wanted to let all those kids, those rich brats, go and harass everybody. And then she let that woman go up on trial when she had proof she didn't do it. Fuck her all day, every day. I'm done with that bitch. Right. It was crazy. They all turned a blind eye to this shit. And they're still doing it, FYI. They're still doing it. Why do you think those kids, they keep trying to push out that trial?
Yep.
That's why.
Yep.
Because when it finally comes down to it, when they push it out as far as they can, they're going to fucking pull a Koberger and take a plea deal. But for now, a lot of them are out running amok, doing the same shit right now, harassing other kids. They're doing it right now. You know what, though? This is going to break those fucking parents, and I sure as hell hope it does. It has shown everybody what kind of fucking pieces of shit they are. I hope.
And you know, that sounds good in a good world, but what I would see happening is whatever money the parents spend, they'll just turn around and sue the state, and the state will award it to them, and so they've lost nothing. The dude that I was listening to earlier, and this was back dealing with the 9/11 thing. He was like, it was absolutely, you know, like he got a tip and went to investigate, and this Egyptian guy, an Egyptian nationalist, was definitely embedded in credit card fraud. Now, who knows whether the credit cards were used to buy a bunch of the plane tickets so that there wouldn't be a bunch of people on the plane that allowed those folks to take those planes over as quick as they did. But that's not been proven. But he had defrauded $250,000 in credit card fraud. Then he turned around and sued New York, and New York sided with him and awarded him a $250,000 claim. That's facts. And so he spent a little bit of time in jail, frauded $250,000, sued him for $250,000. They paid him. He moved back to Egypt, $250,000 richer, or broke even. Either way you want to look at it. That's insane. And this was a former Secret Service agent that was telling that story. That's insane.
It is, and I believe it too.
So do I.
I absolutely believe it. You're right, Jonathan. You know what? I always say that. It's not that hard, right? Stick to the 10 Commandments. I don't think that's that hard. I mean, honestly.
Well, I don't know. I done broke most of them. I ain't killed nobody, but I done broke most of them.
I got a foul mouth. I'm not a perfect person. I have a big heart and a big fat mouth. But I don't find it hard to just roll.
The older I get, the easier it seems to be to follow them. That's for sure. The older I get, the easier it seems to be able to follow them 10 Commandments. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what kind of shit you've been up to, Top Hats. I'm just playing with you, Peter. We're all human and perfect. Right. Right. But I'm with you. You know what, Jonathan, you always got some good. I'm pretty much down with the way you think. Okay, we're going to listen to this one. I don't want to play Cinema right away, but you guys, you do need to hear that one. You do. And I just want you guys all to know you got to follow Cinema Shogun. Just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Queen,
I'm going to.
Okay. See, I was getting ready to say. See, I was just getting ready to say something, and I look over, and the Queen had already dropped it.
Hey, this is what happens to me all the time. Before I even know about something, Queen's already handled it.
I know.
You're not perfect either, but I know if that's right, Jonathan. That's right. Oh, I love you, Jonathan.
The political assassination of Charlie Kirk has had a profound effect on a spiritual sense. I believe that we are living through a great awakening and a revival in this country, but also from a political sense, it has stiffened the spines of the feckless and weak Republican Party that is typically as frail as wet paper towels. We are starting to see Republicans, especially in law enforcement and in the political arena step up and say, enough with the political violence, enough with political extremism. We must crush the elements of our society that are celebrating this death, that are encouraging more. And we now must understand what time it is. It's a beautiful thing. I've been speaking with the FBI quite regularly on this case, and they're telling me that we are going to see everything. The FBI assures me that we will know everything about the dark internet history chats and affiliations of Kirk's left-wing political assassin. They're trying to call him right-wing, something we're going to talk about in just a second. The source then alluded to some online groups attempting to delete or destroy evidence. Get ready, you know who they are. We have everything. We are focused. The radicalization element, truth will not be hidden, buried, or classified. The public will know. So here's what we know so far. We know that the shooter, Tyler Robinson, is a extremist left-winger, that he's a Reddit kid, that he's someone who lived with his transgender boyfriend, who is a male transitioning to female, that he scrawled political iconography on his bullets that was Antifa and also LGBT iconography. Robinson's roommate has turned over all of their electronics to the FBI and has been outed here as an individual named Lance Twiggs. This, of course, follows a spate of transgender shootings, mass shootings, that have all been deadly, horrible. Charlie Kirk assassination, latest shooting committed by trans people and advocates. The neighbors of Charlie Kirk's assassin and his transitioning roommate spoke to the media and said they were wandering outside, dressed in all black with masks on. They were holding hands, kissing, and also there were some very, very, very strange vehicles that were outside of their house. The roommates are describing how out-of-state vehicles with out-of-state license plates went up to the house about a month ago, and that those vehicles were very, very strange. And the Charlie Kirk killer began behaving very erratically and very peculiarly after this. Here's for instance, a high school.
You're absolutely right, Jonathan. Yep.
Classmate of Tyler Robinson explaining.
Cool with this Tyler Robinson kid. I'll show y'all. That's him right there. Tyler Robinson. I'm not trying to clout chase, make this shit about me, but I'm not gonna say I knew this kid really well. I didn't know him very well at all, but I definitely saw him for 3 straight years in high school. And the best way I could describe him is just like a Reddit kid. I don't know. I feel like
Be easy on
if you
us,
were in
Rick.
high school around that same time, and even probably now, 2018, and then those kinds of kids. But that's exactly what he was. All I'm gonna say is this is the kind of shit that happens when you spend way too much time online.
Yes. Yes.
Easy.
When you are groomed online by a terrorist organization, which is what this is. This is political terrorism. This is a political assassination. It's backfiring, but
I love that, Queen.
we're more involved. New York Post reporting that neighbors saw several people driving cars with out-of-state license plates going in and out of the apartment of Tyler Robinson and his transgender partner, Lance Twiggs, 2 weeks before the Charlie Kirk assassination. Who were they? What other...
Okay, and I'm not trying to get really weird or anything, but this is weird the way they say a bunch of people with different plates. I'm really curious what state the plates were.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
I mean, we don't have to dismiss that plane doing what it did.
I ain't let that one go yet.
No, I haven't either. Mm-mm.
And supposedly his car was parked in that parking lot.
Right.
I don't know.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid today
Groups
that oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
No. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. No. Go.
The kid today that tried to, well, didn't try, ran through and destroyed a bunch of stuff at the memorial. His mom being his mom, a teacher in California. I wonder if any of them plates were California plates. I don't know.
Right.
Just wondering.
Right. I'm really anxious to find that out. Hopefully we can.
There be involved here? Well, let's jump on over to some reporting here from Axios that says that the administration is now looking into a number of far left-wing groups located in Utah that targeted Charlie Kirk. Breaking, the FBI and state agencies have launched investigations into multiple leftist groups in Utah for possible advanced knowledge of Charlie Kirk's assassination, per Axios. They're also probing whether or not these groups provided material support for the killing. At least one group deactivated their social media pages after the shot was taken. Well, what does that mean exactly? We're not entirely sure. There are, of course, new reports out now of some of Lance Twiggs' family members saying that they hated Christians, they hated Charlie Kirk, they hated conservative values, that Lance Twiggs was filled with hate, and leftist ideology ruled their lives. Family member saying that the boyfriend of Charlie Kirk's assassin had hostility towards anybody supporting conservative or Christian values. So here's one of the groups that has caused quite a bit of attention online. Interesting to see Salt Lake City's Antifa affiliate, militant arm of the Utah Trans Agenda, SLC Armed Queers, nuked their Instagram account. You'll notice here that they also have engraved bullets, just like the engraved bullets that struck Charlie. Remember, there was LGBT messaging on those engraved bullets. There was also furry messaging, transgender messaging.
That's the Skylar.
And anti-fascist messaging on those bullets. There's also a
right, Queen.
pretty stunning and horrifying series of posts from transgender activists who seem to have, at the very least, some type of foreknowledge about the Charlie Kirk assassination. You guys have something very big coming soon. Be sure to check out the news. You'll know when you see it. There's
That's
a lot
what I was
of
talking
these.
about.
We effing did it, right? These are some transgender accounts. I've been monitoring the FBI analysis, reviewing the reams of GPS data, and there very well may be dozens of co-conspirators.
This is the Tony guy you were talking about earlier?
The Skylar.
Or Skylar. Okay, yeah. I was looking at that and it said Tony. Okay. Wow. Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the killer made sick jokes online just hours after the shooting. He was on Discord talking and exchanging and getting clapped on the back by his buddies. They have the screenshots of it. Yet Discord denies that he ever used the service. So they need a criminal subpoena immediately and right now. So this thing seems to be blowing open, even Elon Musk saying it's a terror cell. And the extremely moderate governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, saying, no, this is extremist ideology, and confirming the transgender boyfriend once again today on CNN. Again, we will stay on top of this case. It is so important that we live in a peaceful, safe country, and we cannot do that with terrorists, foreign or domestic. Here we go.
You told the Wall Street Journal that it is, quote, very clear to us and to the investigators that this was a person who was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. Can you elaborate on that and be more specific?
Well, sure. So that information comes from the people around him, from his family members and friends. That's how we got that information. Again, there's so much more that we're learning, and so much more that we will learn. There will be official charges will be filed on Tuesday, and there will be much more evidence and information available then. And again, we're interviewing all kinds of people, everyone that knows him, and trying to learn more about what that motive actually was.
Well, some outlets are reporting that the suspect lived with a transgender partner. Is that accurate? And are investigators looking at this part of his life as a possible motivation?
Yes, definitely. And yes, I can confirm that. I know that has been reported, and that the FBI has confirmed that as well, that the roommate was a romantic partner, a male transitioning to female. I can say that that he has been very cooperative. This partner has been incredibly cooperative, had no idea that this was happening, and is working with investigators right now.
And how is that relevant to the investigation when it comes
Boy,
to the
new.
motive? Are you learning that?
Sure. Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out right now. Again, it's easy to draw conclusions from that, and so we've got the shell casings, other forensic evidence that is coming in, and trying to piece all of those things together.
You said that the roommate is being very helpful. Has that?
I'm sorry, Top Hats. I had my earpiece in, but I didn't.
He was talking about the boyfriend, roommate, and blah blah blah. I had no earthly idea this was going down. That's bullshit. That boy knew.
Oh yes. Absolutely.
There's no way. I don't think anybody could convince me that dude did not know what was going down. No way.
He definitely knew. No, that's bologna and cheese.
A lot of what this governor has said to me is kind of bologna and cheese. I swan it out. He seems to be talking out of both sides of his mouth, depending on what agency he's talking to.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
There's literally no. I know that. I like that. That's funny. No, he definitely knew. Stop it. That's completely
in
stupid.
Jail. The roommate needs to be in jail.
Yes.
Along with Skylar and the other folks that were in that Discord, and the ones that were like, hey, I'm referring. Y'all don't be careful what you post online. I'm referring to what happened recently. Okay, even that person, like, there's a whole network of people that need to be rounded up. And I guess I could say, well, okay, maybe like the FBI people don't like when social media folks get involved because maybe we messed their investigation up. Maybe they were working on that behind the scenes, but track record shows us that they not the brightest bulb in the box.
Right. Or they're
but
lying.
Maybe they do get upset at us because we find this stuff out and we dig this stuff. Okay.
Well, I don't really care.
Cinema posted straight up on one of his videos when he discovered these certain Discord messages. Right. He took screenshots. He sent them to the FBI. He took screenshots that his tip had been accepted. That's a YouTube. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He's got it on his video. It's his information. Now, maybe others were doing it too, but he showed where he found it personally. Not one of his people gave it to him, but he found something personally. He shared it with the FBI, and he put it on his video that his tip had been successfully uploaded and accepted. Now, maybe they get upset at people like us. But I don't know why they would get upset at people like us. We're working for free. They're not paying us. Seems like to me they would come out, okay, the little missing child that happened here a week or 2 weeks ago in North Carolina, the police were like, yeah, we don't want the public helping. We got it. It seemed like to me you'd want everybody, and, I understand they, maybe worried about somebody might trample over evidence or whatever. Maybe. I don't know, but to me, it feels more like particular police agencies or the FBI, they want to be able to pat each other on the back and say, yeah, we did it. That guy come out and said, we got him. No, you didn't get him. His daddy turned him in. I mean, let's be real, right? They didn't get him. He turned himself in, basically. So don't get out here and pat each other on the back and talk about what a great job y'all did, because had a some kind of pastor and his daddy, had they not got involved, who knows whether this kid be behind bars right now. They wasn't closing in on him.
Right. Hey, Ragin.
And it makes me mad when they get up there and glad hand and pat each other on the back and talk about, oh, what a great job we did. That aggravates me. It makes me angry, because it's like, no, y'all did not do that. Y'all didn't do it. The public and your average citizen did it. When I said a week ago, your average, ordinary, everyday citizen are your first responders, and we outnumber all police, all FBI agents. We as ordinary citizens outnumber them all. And why do they continue to want to cut us out of everything? Why not come right off the rip and be like, hey, we need y'all's help. We got this is a horrific crime. We need help. Help us. Give us everything. Why don't they do that? Y'all want to solve it or not? Because what are you going to have? 100 agents working or 10,000 people working? To me, it's simple.
Well, honestly, I think that they don't want anybody's help, because they don't want anybody to know what's going on.
Hey, Reggie. Sorry, didn't see it. I was ranting.
All right, I'm gonna finish this one off. I want to get to cinema really bad. I didn't want to do it right away though, because it was new.
Yeah, let his videos get there. Let it get the traffic.
Not that I'm gonna, but you know what I'm saying. And he's never struck me, and I really appreciate that. Wow, Mama.
Individual explain to law enforcement what the mindset of the shooter was and whether or not it is connected to his ideology or his.
She does not want to say this either. She does not.
Transitioning, as you just described.
I'm not sure about that piece right now, Dana.
Okay, so we're not sure if the fact that he was romantically involved, as you say, with his partner who was transitioning is relevant to the motive of the murder based on the investigation.
Sure. Again, all of these things we're trying to figure it out. I know everybody wants to know exactly why and point the finger, and I totally get that. I do too. And so I just want to be careful, as I haven't read all of the interview transcripts. Mm-hmm. And so we'll have to wait and see what comes out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We should all be careful. I guess just because that's out there are a lot of people drawing conclusions. And so I'm just trying to get as many facts as we can glean from you, since you have been involved.
Well, I like how they want to be careful, right? They want to be careful until they don't want to be careful, right? There's plenty of times they're not trying to be careful. They're running out with exactly what they think about shit. Which what they want to say is, okay, yeah, cinema is all over this guy, it looks like.
I heard today, too, that TMZ catching a lot of backlash. Good for me.
Oh, yeah.
Could happen to a better organization.
Wasn't that gross?
Yeah, but there was somebody that actually found the police chase that was happening and synced up the timestamps. And at the point that Levin tried to tell everybody that those folks in the back were laughing about the police chase. At that time, when everything was synced up, timestamp wise, there wasn't nothing to laugh about on that police chase. They got busted. They got busted bad.
They did. And that was really disgusting. And it just tells exactly who these people are. Tells exactly who these people are, and they're foul. They're just. I don't want to know anybody who thinks it's okay or funny or happy about somebody dying. Even look how everybody did with Trump. You know, people celebrating shit like this. I don't want to know people who feel like that, because you know what? The bullshit that they pulled with Biden and all that crap for all these, how many years we put up with that shit? I don't think it's funny he has cancer. I don't think it's funny at all. I think it's horrible. I don't wish bad things on anybody. I wish that they had not cheated and he had not been president at all. That was a fuck. Besides all the bullshit he pulled, it's a fucking laughing stock. But I don't want him to have cancer. I don't want him to be hurt. It was fucking senior abuse. It was ridiculous nonsense. But I don't wish bad on people. And so it's really disgusting. And I'm glad that people are being found out that they're so gross.
I would like to say this real quick to Nancy.
Yeah.
That comment, listen, the man was in front of us, stop protecting privacy. I got a 25-year-old son that ain't never seen nothing like that in his life, that still, to this day, is not doing well with it. And so I agree 100% with what you're saying.
Yeah.
100%. There's no such thing as privacy when this something like there are ordinary folks out here that are having to deal with, you know, either their own thoughts about it or they're having their kids. And now, yeah, 20, he ain't no kid at 25. He's still my kid. He'll always be my kid. Asking questions and we don't have the answer to them. And it's hurtful. It is very hurtful when your child's hurting.
No, it is. It's horrible. I'm never going to get it out of my head.
Those folks, these extremists are not playing by the rules. Okay, so, and I'm not saying no, this is a game, by no means. But I've always been one of these people that said, I can play by the rules as long as I know what the rules are. So if the rules are changed, okay, fine. I can play by these new rules. We're not writing us ordinary people that are just out here trying to make a living from paycheck to paycheck, doing our thing, working our jobs, and taking care of our families. We're not writing the rules no more. And we keep playing, we keep trying to be the nice people. But the other side, the other people ain't trying to be nice. And so at some point, you may have to look to if you're a biblical person, look to eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. Because right now, the regular good people are not calling the shots. They not. This world's not geared toward the good people. It's toward the bad people doing bad stuff, getting off and they're not getting in trouble. They're killing people and they on the street later that afternoon.
Right.
It ain't right. It ain't right.
No, it's not right. And that's why we're not going to shut up. And
I've always been quiet and silent, but now something has awakened inside me that I'm not going to be quiet and silent no more. So, okay, somebody woke up a demon inside me. Is that my fault? Or am I gaslighting to say maybe people shouldn't do stupid shit, because at some point people like me that have always been silent, not wanting to speak out, not wanting to ruffle feathers.
Right.
Well, now you get that beast.
Hey, I'm all about ruffling feathers. Fuck that shit. No, what happened was beyond horrible. I feel like I lost somebody in my family. I am so, this has been such a hard week. I mean, I don't know if I've thought of anything else but this. And it's horrible. And I feel the way I should feel about it. And we watched it. By the way, I'm going to let you guys know, I have edited that video twice and it just still keeps being there. I put it on private so I can work on it more, because you guys know I did not mean to play that video. That is not the one so just letting you know, that's why it's on private right now. I will put it back, but every time I fixed it, it wasn't fixed. So it's weird the way the way they have it on this one is different than any other one I've ever done. So just bear with me on that. That was so horrible.
Jackie, when you post, like you right now, you have that picture of this man on the screen. That picture hadn't been there for a second before Queen dropped the link to where this picture's coming from. I'm like, dang, Queen, you on point. I mean, for real. I'm like, whoa. I'm impressed. But
He was no, she's on top of it. She's on top. Like I said, she gets annoyed sometimes whenever I react to some troll bullshit, and she's like, I already got rid of it. But I still see it. I don't know. But then again, half the time she gets rid of shit I never saw. You never know with me, right? No, I really appreciate that so much.
This is a good video, by the way. I watched it.
I didn't get to see all of it, but I think it is good because even says that Charlie warned not to trust this guy.
Yeah, he kind of points out how he's talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Okay, we're gonna listen. Cinema is good. I love him.
But all the people around him were cooperating, and I think that's very important. There were reports yesterday that we can confirm that his roommate was indeed a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. That's information that the FBI had mentioned yesterday. We can confirm that as well, and that he is cooperating with authorities as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you that the governor of Utah is not to be trusted. I know that he has said some nice things after Charlie was killed, but the governor of Utah is not to be trusted. And this is not coming from me. This is coming from Charlie Kirk himself, because Charlie Kirk was warning people about this guy for years before he died. And to think, I actually felt bad for criticizing him in past videos. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that my main focus has been on exposing the people who knew that Tyler was going to try to kill Charlie. Because there is a network of people, at least a half a dozen that we know of, before they started scrubbing their social media accounts. There's a network of people who definitely knew that something was going to happen. And I keep getting frustrated with the governor of Utah because every time he steps to a microphone, he's for sure to say that Tyler acted alone, even though we know he didn't. Even though the very same governor is the same guy that told us that Tyler was on Discord messaging his roommate after killing Charlie, literally dropping the location for where he left the rifle, hoping that one of his friends or his roommate could pick it up for him out of the bushes where he hid it.
Yeah, see, but I'm not sure I'm buying all that. Good to see you, Snoops. And I'm glad you're here, Try Me.
Hey, try me. Hey, Snoop.
Oh, you did tell me something about that. I can't help it. I can't help it, Ragin. I can't.
So it's obvious that Tyler was not alone in this, but it's kind of hard for me to spread that message when I got the governor of Utah stating otherwise, even though he already revealed the truth. But you see, now it's been exposed that Tyler's roommate is actually Tyler's trans furry boyfriend. Okay? And I think this may be one of the reasons why. I don't want to say there's a cover up here, but it seems like they're definitely turning a blind eye, at the very least, the governor is, to all types of evidence showing that Lance Twiggs, the boyfriend, was definitely in on this. He says that Lance is cooperating, but what does he mean by that? He also has been saying that Lance didn't know that anything was going to happen, that Lance did not know about Tyler's plans, but that's BS, because Tyler was talking to him about what he did to Charlie immediately after he did it. We know that Lance knew, but the governor is running cover for whatever reason, and if you ask me, I think that he may have a thing for lady boys like Lance and like Tyler.
Come on now, Queen. You know. I got some footy pajamas, but that don't, you know what I mean? I get it.
Hey, Sav. Wow.
Hey,
Long
Sav.
time no see. Good to see you. I love this about cinema, though, too. I love when he says shit like that. He's got a thing for him, too. Oh, my God. Cinema says things that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
He does, huh? And Queen does
You was
also.
chasing horses yesterday.
Oh, Lord. Well, I hope you caught him.
Very least, he sympathizes with them, and I think he wants to protect them because he's known for protecting the men that try to compete in women's sports in Utah. In fact, that's one of the things that Charlie Kirk tried to warn people about when it came to this guy. Let me go ahead and show you one of Charlie's warnings, one of his many warnings. Utah Governor Spencer Cox should be expelled from the Republican Party. Republican Governor Spencer Cox is refusing to protect women's sports. He is signaling that he will pander to the trans lobby to continue the destruction of kids. Why? He is likely being paid off by Big Pharma, who make billions off of hormone blockers and chemical castration.
There you
So
go.
the governor of Utah
Big Pharma
has been raking in money to run cover and to protect these radical trans people, these violent trans groups that are out there in Utah and places such as Salt Lake City. He's getting...
Yeah. Top Hat's what?
big. I said, there we go. Big Pharma. How many times have we discussed Big Pharma and Big Energy?
Right.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I think of the millions and millions of dollars. You know that medication, whatever, If guys take medicine, become women, women take medicine, become guys. I don't know. It all seems too freaking weird to me. But you know that medicine can't be cheap. Who's footing that bill? Insurance companies? Somebody paying for that out of
No.
their pocket? I can tell you this. I was born with a birth defect that actually can, and because it's not stated that it does or will create health problems, but because it's stated that it could, that birth defect has never been fixed in me, because insurance companies look at it as elective surgery simply by the wording. Even though there are medical cases that specific birth defect has caused problems, but because of the way it's worded, it could cause a problem. Insurance companies look at that as elective. So if someone is going through this transition stuff, is that elective? Does insurance pay for it, or do they have to put that money out their pocket?
I think it's elective myself. I 100% see it as elective, and not only but I know, we do know that Medicaid is paying for this shit.
Yeah, well,
good to see you, Frazzled.
No, that is not. No.
Medicaid's paying for all this shit. We're all paying for this crap. I can tell you, we are all paying for this nonsense. This is the thing that is so infuriating. The shit the government puts on us, we pay for it. The shit we don't want anything to do with, we do not agree with. And it's totally elective shit. We get to pay for it. We pay for abortions. We pay for all this shit. Don't ever think. And even if you think you're not, you really are, because they have a great way of laundering money through NGOs and whatever the fuck else they're doing.
Yeah, all that.
They just launder it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
None of that was supposed to see the light of day either, but
no, it wasn't.
No.
And we've been paying to traffic children, for fuck's sake. I mean, really? It's gross. It's absolutely freaking disgusting. So I can tell you who's paying for every horrible thing that's happening. We are paying for it ourselves. I guarantee you we are.
Money to run cover and protect these people. And now it's starting to become clear to me as to why I and other people on the internet are uncovering all of this stuff, but they're not talking about it. If you haven't watched my other videos that I've been putting out, we have found, like I said, about a half a dozen people that are all directly connected to Lance and to Tyler. And they all hinted at having knowledge about what was going to happen to Charlie in the days that something happened to him. That is not a coincidence. But you're not going to see much of the mainstream media picking up on it. You're not going to see the governor saying anything, because they're sympathetic with these people. They're not sympathetic towards Charlie and his family. They might pretend to be, but really they're sympathetic towards young boys that pretend to be girls. So now I'm really worried, because all of this information has been uncovered. Lance definitely knew. There's no possibility that Lance didn't know. Other people knew as well, but now I feel like it's all going to be covered up, especially if the governor of Utah has a say in anything. And for some reason, it's really weird. Usually in cases, we hear from the investigators. We hear from law enforcement. For some reason, at all the press conferences, it's the governor who is taking over the microphone. Every time we're hearing from him, what in the hell does he know? Is he in on the investigation? But he damn sure makes sure to get in front of that microphone and tell everyone, Tyler acted alone. Oh my God, his trans boyfriend is so cooperative. His trans boyfriend is so cooperative after Tyler messaged him asking him to pick up the weapon after he killed Charlie. After Tyler was bragging about the messages that he etched into the bullets to Lance, the roommate, the trans boyfriend is so cooperative. Tyler's working alone. It's all BS, folks. It's BS. And I am glad that I can look back on Charlie's past words to have a better understanding of who this guy is, because I didn't know. I thought that there was something shady going on. I thought that there was something weird about this governor, especially after he said Tyler was working alone, literally right after saying that Tyler was in Discord messaging people about what he did, asking for help and giving them details. So, yeah, I don't know what in the hell is going on here, but I don't have the confidence that these people who are in on this are going to be taken down. And like I keep warning, if they're not held accountable, they're going to strike again. And I can confirm that they're already behind the scenes in these groups talking about their next target. So if you ask me, this little governor needs to step to the side and shut his mouth. And look, folks, when I mention a cover-up, when I say there may be a cover-up going on, I don't mean that the governor is going to be able to fully cover up everything and have the power to just fully stop all of this info from coming out. But at the very least, we know for a fact that he has a political and a financial incentive to run cover for the trans community. Okay?
Well, you know, first of all, just the fact that Charlie Kirk spoke about him, that tells me a lot right there. And then on top of what we've seen and heard from him, yeah, I'm done with that guy. I'm positive about that at this point.
We know that. And we know that for sure. And it's not coming from me. Charlie Kirk, luckily for us, exposed that himself. Little did he know that we would need that information in the future when trying to figure out who had knowledge and who was involved in his assassination. Now, if you're not convinced about this governor yet, I know that if you've been following this story, you have seen him talking. You have heard him saying all of these kind words about Charlie. But when he goes on news networks like CNN, he doesn't trash Charlie, but he says things that he ain't saying elsewhere. Like, he says things like Charlie Kirk would say inflammatory stuff. In fact, let me show you how he has a tidbit of a different energy when talking to places like CNN, as opposed to what we've seen in these press conferences. Roll the clip really quickly, then I'll be right back.
I'm not saying we have to just sing Kumbaya and hold hands. What I'm saying is we actually should disagree. I think Charlie represented that better than anyone. Charlie said some very inflammatory things.
So yeah, folks, I do not want to be all doom and gloom, but
I didn't know you were gone, Top Hats. Oh. All right, I'll try to get Top Hats back. Oh, let me see what did I miss? Oh, good night, Nance. Thanks for coming. Oh, I don't think you were causing a problem. Did something happen? What did I miss, you guys? You don't like him either? Okay. Oh, okay. It froze up on your. Oh, okay. Okay. I would say I don't know what the hell is going on. Sorry, I didn't. Okay. Sorry, Top
Am I
Hat.
here? No,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
you're
there's
good.
anybody just on my end on StreamYard side. Oh shit! Let me mute.
Oh,
I was looking on the YouTube side and it didn't look like it was having a problem. So I was like, well, maybe it's just my StreamYard that froze up. So anyway, I'm back.
okay. Because I don't see anything. I don't see any.
Sorry,
issue.
y'all can't get rid of me that easy.
That's funny. All right, I'm going to put
Worry.
this.
Because here's the situation we're dealing with. Let me lay it out for you. Charlie was killed by Tyler Robinson, who is in a relationship with a trans furry. And we know that Tyler himself was all into the weird furry trans stuff, okay? But not just that, there was an entire network connected to them, an entire network of trans people, many of which live in Utah, that all knew that something was going to happen to Charlie. Now, of course, we have an investigation going on, but the leading voice in this investigation, instead of being a law enforcement officer, the leading voice is the governor, who just so happens to be someone that rakes in money from pharmaceutical companies to push trans ideology. A lot of people in Utah and Charlie Kirk, before his death, blamed this governor on the spread of trans ideology in Utah. A lot of these violent groups and stuff out there in Utah, for all we know, could be receiving money and funding from the same people as this governor, or at the very least, we know that the governor has reasons, financial and political reasons, to not hold them accountable for their crimes and to take it easy on them and to run cover for them. So at the same time that we're uncovering this network of trans people who are conspiring to take out people, and they already got Charlie Kirk, we're up against the mainstream media that is telling lies, but also the Utah governor, who is a snake, a two-faced snake, that is making people believe that he's on our side, when in fact, behind the scenes, he is not. And this explains everything, all of the confusion surrounding this case, all of the confusion surrounding the roommate who turned out to be the trans boyfriend, all of the confusion about Tyler working alone, even though we know he's not. This confusion is stemming from the governor. Because I've already laid stuff out for you. You can go see the evidence. The FBI has it as well. The confusion is coming from the governor, and now we know why. So that changes everything moving forward. That's going to make my job and everyone else's job trying to uncover stuff 10 times more harder. And now, regardless of what we uncover, we know that one of the most powerful figures in Utah where this happened is going to be behind the scenes working against us, regardless if he'll acknowledge it on camera or not. So there it is. I got a lot of work to do, though. I got a lot of digging to do. I just wanted to share you guys with that. Share this with you guys really quickly to put the warning out there, because I know that people like him are the reason why people are doubting the factual information that's coming out, because he's out here spreading his own narrative. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. While you're down,
So, yeah, that was really disappointing, right?
Yeah, what is going on in Utah? There seems to be a lot of stuff, like a lot of crazy kind of stuff coming out of Utah. Like I don't understand. I mean,
Yeah, it is actually shocking because, you know, it forever to me was very red,
that's what I
Like-
thought.
super red. So I don't know what's going on. It's just corruption. I don't know. I don't know. What's happening, Mama? What's going on over there? What kind of bullshit is going on? it's weird because I have noticed I've in the last few years I have heard some really wild stuff about Utah. And sadly, even, even Idaho, which Idaho has been pretty damn red too. Like maybe I thought it was redder than Utah, but I don't know. Right. Yeah, I saw that too, so I did. And I do believe it was instant. I mean, the video certainly looks like it was instant. It certainly didn't look like he would make it for sure. That was kind of clear, I felt, right out of the gate. Now, I don't know. There's a video I wanted to watch from JLR. Okay. So it's really a big pushback against the LDS church. Is that what you? Wow. I guess I could. To me, it's how, Arizona has been red. I believe it still is. I don't know. But Arizona was pretty solid red. And look what's happened to us. I firmly believe there has been a lot of election fraud here. Is a lot of it, and probably in a lot of places too. But you have there's too many supposed conservatives that are so dirty, and it's just money, I guess, right? They get all this money from big pharma, from all these people. So it makes them right. And that's the problem. That's the thing. They're so extreme. Right. And that's what's so frustrating to me.
Hey, freaking.
Oh, I miss freaking. Where did I see? Oh, hey, freaking. It won't allow to type the channel name. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I did too. But Cinema's right too. Like, how weird that nobody else. Remember, even whenever the first press conference, I'm like, why didn't Cash speak? See, the governor has been ramrodding it. It appears. All right, let's see. This is a quick video. I just want to see what. Okay, let's see. That's a funny face.
I've seen this one. Yeah. That's all this one.
Right, Frazzled. You are right. Yep. It will.
New threats popping up all over the place around this country in the aftermath of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. This guy right here, Tyler Robinson, arrested. But since he's been arrested, things are popping up everywhere. Feds are investigating threats. Congressional people feel not safe. You got a memorial vandalized in Arizona at the Turning Point USA headquarters out front. 19-year-old arrested. You got people cheering and laughing and mocking the death of Charlie Kirk. You got people out there saying that they're going to do the same thing to others. This is some scary stuff, folks, and the President of the United States chimed in about it. I'm going to share what Trump said about
You're okay, Queen. We can handle it. Don't worry. Not as good as you, but
situation today about people being under investigation. I'm going to share the reports about the Department of War investigating, the DOJ investigating. Ted Cruz is out there getting rid of graffiti. Somebody spray painted F Charlie Kirk in Texas on a dumpster. It's crazy stuff, folks. Check it out.
To be careful. When we attack people, we have to be careful.
You mentioned Charlie Kirk, sir. What organizations on the left will anticipate investigating? You talked about this last week.
Well, the problem is on the left. If you look at the problem is on the left. It's not on the right, like some people like to say on the right. The problem we have is on the left. And when you look at the agitators, you look at the scum that speaks so badly of our country, the American flag burnings all over the place, that's the left. That's not the right.
Do you plan on investigating?
We'll see. We'll be announcing. They're already under investigation. You know, they're already under major investigation. A lot of the people that you would traditionally say are on the left.
They're already under investigation?
Already under investigation.
Have you asked to start revoking the visas of those who have celebrated Charlie Kirk's death? Have you asked to start revoking the visas of the foreigners who have celebrated Charlie Kirk's death?
No, we haven't, but we are looking at names. We don't like that. That's not right. We wouldn't celebrate if something happened on their side, and we don't. These are sick people. These are really deranged people.
Any progress on the chairman?
Can anybody hear me? Not sure what happened. I'm thinking, Jack, you'll be back in just a second. Technical difficulties. I'll play the the elevator music for a little bit. Oh no, not my show. I hear her. I don't hear her or see her. I'm on StreamYard. I don't hear her. And I don't hear her or see her on StreamYard or the YouTube feed at the moment. Let me refresh the feed. And I have to, oh, it's already muted. Yeah, I'm sure she's working to be back, so. Oh, okay, she's dual streaming. Let me look at Rumble real quick. Okay, okay, there she is. Okay. Okay, so she said her internet went down, and I'm seeing if she wants me to try to end the stream. I don't know that I have that ability, but I can. I don't know. Not been in this position before. Let me see. Oh, no, mute that. Okay, yeah, see, I can't see her or anything on Rumble either. Okay, we'll see. It may be powering back up, and she may be back with us here in just a second if everybody just bear with her for a second. I know she's doing the best she can. Yep. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. I'm sure she's trying. I'm certainly going to mind my P's and Q's. I don't want Jack to get in trouble on none. I'll be nice. Yep. Technical difficulty. Yep. Okay. This gives me a chance to. Yeah, I'll just hang tight. Sav. Okay, yeah. See, I'm sure she's in touch with Queen. She'll be back. Just trying to get everything powered back up, I'm sure. It's been a very informative live for real. There's just so much going on with this. Things are just, the more stuff comes out, and I understand, a lot of it you got to weed through. Some of it's got merit, some of it doesn't. But in general, the more stuff comes out, the more it just feels off. Everything is just not lined up like we want it. We want everything in a nice little gift wrap package with the bow on it. But that's not always the case. But I mean, law enforcement and the people in charge should not be putting stuff out there that would actually fuel the conspiracy thoughts. They should be giving facts and stamping down all that rhetoric. But it just doesn't happen in any of these cases. So, as internet people, we're kind of getting used to it. Thank you, whoever did that. Hanging up for that. Definitely trying to lose my cool on Jackie's channel. Right. Man, I'm telling you, freaking Queen been on it tonight as far as posting links to videos Jackie was sharing. I was like, whoa. Well, Queen, if that be the case, I can't even wake up tomorrow. Nah, for the most part, I do, though. Stupid is, stupid does. Well, excuse me. Stupid is, stupid does.
Okay, am I here?
You're back. Thank goodness.
I don't know what happened. It's on a hotspot, so it's not a good connection at all.
I'm going to go ahead and drop down to just like it'll alleviate some of the stress on your system. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. I'll be in chat. It may work
Okay,
better.
thank you so much, Top Hats.
Okay, I'll be in chat.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm not sure. I don't have a good connection at all right now. We're on the phone hotspot. So, oh, let me get this down. I was trying to go on my phone, so I've got all this stuff going on over here. I'm cutting out again. Smoking Molly, I'm telling you. Yeah, I haven't had this for a while. It's fine now? Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to read that comment. We don't care. 5 times 5. Huh. Wow. Yeah. Now I feel like I don't even know what the heck was going on. Oh, I wonder. See, I shut everything down thinking I could. But I think that I think obviously we still don't know near enough. It's going to keep happening. We're going to keep coming across stuff, which is good. Because we don't need to let it go. We don't need to sweep it under the rug and act like this shit's not happening, because it's not going to stop. And we absolutely have to call out the bad actors. Like this governor, he needs to go. Right, right. Yeah, we can't let it go. And, you know, obviously nobody ever needs to be violent in any situation, but we need to see people in handcuffs. I need to see more people in DC. We need to see a lot of people in handcuffs. That's right. That's right. What did I... Okay, hot tea. Yeah. My internet just went down. I'm on my phone on a hotspot, so I'm kind of shaky ground right now. So I'm going to end this soon. But yes, of course, Legs, I'm very glad we went there. Anybody who missed it, we did get our tickets for America Fest, a Turning Point event here in Phoenix in December. We've got our tickets to the service on Sunday. And we actually did apply for press credentials, so we'll see what happens. You know, you never know. I didn't think I should, and then I'm like, you know, you don't know until you try, right? Wow. Oh my God. You are a loser. Loser. All right. Yeah, it's time to end. These people are gross. You know, it's so funny that you can be so hateful. You know what? You just tell what kind of a complete gross person you are. Get a life. You know, it's disgusting. A man was killed right in front of his children. It's so gross. All right, I'm going to end it then. So I will see you guys very soon. And don't forget, this coming Friday is the anniversary special. We got big news. We got big announcements. We got great stuff happening here. So thank you guys so much for everything. I love you. I appreciate you. Keep your head on a swivel, man. You don't know what the hell's going on. Scary biz. Good night, guys. Love you. Yes, love, not hate.